It's not quite tonal, but it's done in really soft colors. So everything just kind of flows together really beautifully. These are never coming back in stock, but they are coming home on Easy Pay for $10.71 to $15.96, depending on which size you get home. Here is your blue option, which is more of a teal blue. And then we also have gray and rose available for you as well. Here's the gray, and then there is the rose there at the end. H241164 is your item number. Done in 100% cotton, so one of those fabrics that you love to have this spring and summer. We only have a couple dozen left in each color if you like the twin and the full sizes, but we do have king and queen available for you as well. Robert, this is farmhouse chic to me. It is the gingham and the softness of it. It's a really pretty comforter set.
So farmhouse chic it is. I would say the same thing. What I love about this, it's an overstated gingham and it's almost an imperfect gingham, which I love so much. So it's not perfect squares. They sort of run together. But as you pointed out, 100% cotton on the outside, 100% poly on the inside fill. So what that means for you guys at home, these are easy care, machine wash, tumble dry. And whichever color you pick, a great way to refresh and bring in some subtle pattern. Again, with those Northern Night sheets we had earlier, this would be the perfect marriage to just really jazz up your space, whether it's primary or a guest bedroom. Super, super cute. And you know what? You don't have to be in a farmhouse to have farmhouse chic. You could have any sort of home, bring this into a modern space or a classic space. It's just a way, I think, that it says softness and it says very fresh.
And it's finished on both sides, which is nice. So if you love to be able to fold your blanket over and still have the same pattern on both sides, it's completely finished, which is really nice. And it's so soft and lofty, and it's also crisp because of that cotton, Robert, which I feel like there is a place and a time where we want those fuzzy, heavier fabrics on our beds. But this time of year, you might want something lighter, and this is that.
So growing up, did you have, like, did your grandmother or great grandmother make quilts, like homemade quilts?
Mm-mm.
'Cause mine did.
No, we did. We did it in school,
So,
though.
oh, you okay? Well, that counts. So back in those days, they were all 100% cotton. And when I brush my hand over this, it reminds me of those old quilts that I grew up with. So it's very nostalgic for me to have that padding and that quilting, but yet in a modern sort of way. So if you're at home watching and you remember, like I do, those old school quilts, it's that perfect weight, not too heavy, not too light, but you're getting that softness of the cotton. And again, it's durable. So for me, that's a huge win.
Yeah, machine wash, tumble dry, easy to care for. And your bed, in most cases, is the biggest thing in the room. So just by changing it up, you are refreshing that room. This is blue, and I would say it's more of a blue-green. Would you agree, Robert?
Absolutely. I would say a little aqua. Yes.
Yes, yes, aqua. That's the perfect way to describe it. So if you love the blue, it is more of an aqua. So I don't want you to think it's navy or like a robin's egg blue. It is more aqua toned. Then we also have gray, which I think it's really nice the way that you did the gray because it's still very soft.
It is. And as we talked about earlier regarding gray is the new neutral. So if you decorated with whites and creams and beiges before, gray is around to stay, and it's a great way to bring in just another neutral tone that's not a white, a cream, or a beige.
And then our final is the rose option, which, like the gray, is dark red.
I really like this rose. I think pairing this rose with a gray striped sheet or a gray polka dot would be so soft and pretty. It definitely is a rosy pink color, in my opinion, wouldn't you say?
It is. I would agree. It isn't that like bright tomato red. It is a very, very approachable shade of rose, which is nice. So you don't feel
Yes.
like it's too stark in the room. Robert, if I'm looking at gingham and I'm like, okay, I don't really do farmhouse, but I kind of like the gingham. So how can I work it into my style? What would you recommend?
So I would recommend, if you're going to try to keep it really clean and fresh, you could even do all white bedding or maybe all gray bedding in terms of like your sheets and pillowcases, and then bring in a pop of this gingham, whatever color you choose. I would fold it down to the end of the bed where you have a beautiful, like almost like it's covering the foot of the bed, and then show those beautiful sheets, maybe another blanket underneath with a different pattern, just to sort of jazz it up and add another texture. But it's crisp and it's clean. And I think all of us think about crisp and clean when we think about our bed, because it's where we start and end our day, and it should be a very fresh place to lay down. That's my thought.
Oh, okay. So I'm listening to your advice, and we do have a white blanket on our bed right now. So I'm just gonna fold this long ways, and I'm going to Robert's design school right now. Hopefully I get an A. I can't fail this class, can I, Robert? Is it just pass fail?
No,
And
not at
then
all.
I just kind of drape it like that.
Exactly. And that's a perfect shot, Vanessa. You get an A plus. What we see here is you've taken a white bedspread or a white comforter and you've added just a pop of color and a pop of texture. And it really does make the bed feel warm and inviting, and it just takes it up a notch.
I love this together. I mean, and that's the thing when we get to shop with our interior design experts. Like, I would have looked at the Clip Dot and the Gingham together, and I would have been like, okay, I might do one or the other. I don't know how they'd work together. These look really beautiful together on this bed, especially when you just drape the quilt over like that.
What I would do, I would take the pillow shams from the Gingham and the shams from the Clip Dot, and then I would put them all together. I like a lot of pillows anyway, so I would have 4 at the back and mix all these together. It would be absolutely beautiful.
Oh, I think that would be pretty too. And I do like a lot of pillows as well. But then I end up like throwing them off the bed sometimes because I'm like,
And that's
not
okay.
too many, but it's fine. I'd rather have too many than not enough. We have blue,
I'm the same
gray,
way.
and rose available for you. H241164 is that item number. Robert, it was great to see you. Thanks for shopping with us.
Thank you, Vanessa. See you soon.
See ya. If you need a pillow, we